Hello everyone, Pallytime here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to configure Power Aura's Classic, which in my opinion is the best add-on that you can possibly download to improve your DPS and overall survivability. So, I will say that Blizzard has taken some steps to incorporate auras into their default UI. I'll give you an example here. You can see Fingers of Frost is the buff that I just got, and I got a nice little aura above my character that lets me react accordingly to what buff I just got. So Power Auras can also do that, but it can do lots of other things too. I just opened this console by typing /Powa, P-O-W-A, and I'm going to select New. Now what I'm going to do with this aura is let me know when my Flame Orb is available, which is a 1 minute cooldown. And I'm very new to Mage, I'm not very used to the rotation, so this is just something that's going to help me out. And I've typed in Flame Orb in this section here. I'm going to go to the drop down box and select Action Usable. This will let me know whenever my ability is ready. I'm going to select Own Texture, so it's the picture of the ability. And I'm going to select In Combat, which will make the ability only, the aura only show up while I'm in combat. I'm going to close both windows and do a quick reload of my UI. That solves a lot of the problems that Power Auras presents to most users, so just a quick /RL will fix that. Now I'm just going to get in combat, and if all goes well, you will see the Flame Orb icon in the middle of my screen, so here goes. There you go, that's just letting me know that Flame Orb is able to use, and I'm going to hit 5, which is my Flame Orb button. And there you can see Flame Orb is being cast, and I no longer have the picture in the middle of my screen. Now if we were to wait 1 minute, which is the cooldown of the ability, the picture would reappear in the middle of my screen to let me know that I can once again cast it. Again, as long as I'm in combat, because that's what I set it up to do in the options. So I'm just going to configure that a little bit more now. I don't necessarily like the placement in the middle of my screen because I am going to be doing a few more auras just to help me with my rotation. So I'm going to double click on the aura and that will pop it up so I can always see it. And I'm just going to start combat because as you can see towards the bottom of my screen I have a cast bar there to let me know when my global cooldown is done. So I want to place this right on top of that cast bar. I'm setting the size down to about 20% or so. Let's go with 30. 30 looks like a good size. It's at 31%. I'm going to change the x-axis and then the y-axis. And all that does is let me align that wherever I would like it to be. And I actually changed the scale a little bit more back down to 21%. So now whenever I'm in combat, let's turn the testing off. Whenever I'm in combat, you'll see that pop up. Press 5 to cast it and the ability fades. Now if you wanted to, this is a bit more advanced, but let me get out of combat. If you wanted to, you could make a copy of Flame Orb. If I remember how to do that, there you go. I made a copy. Give my pet to stop attacking for a second. And what you can do is invert the aura. Now what that'll do is it'll tell you the opposite of what you set it up to do. So I told the original aura to tell me when Flame Orb was ready. And now by creating a second aura that's identical and inverting it, it should tell me the opposite. And I'm going to set it to show the timer, and I'm just going to position that timer very quickly. Oops, wrong thing to position. So they might be in slightly different spots now. Okay, fix that. So I'm going to position the timer to just be right above the aura so I can see the cooldown that's actually remaining on top of the aura. And close these windows, do another quick reload. Start combat up once again. And there you can see the icon telling me that my spell is ready, and if all goes well, now there's an icon telling me when my spell will be ready again with a timer above it. Now we can configure this a little bit more. We'll go with the original icon, which is this one. You can tell because it's not inverted. And we will set the color to green. So that will let us know that Flame Orb is able to cast and the picture will be green. We can go to the other aura, the one that is inverted, to tell us when Flame Orb is not ready. We can configure that to be red. So if we go back into combat now, you can see that Flame Orb is red with a timer over it, and as soon as the ability is ready, it should turn into a green picture, allowing us to cast it again, or allowing us to know when it's ready to be cast again. And all this, the reason why I prefer this is because you don't have to be staring at your bars the whole time. You can be watching your character, making sure you're not standing in things, and as you can see right now, it changed to green to let us know we can cast it once more. Alright, so to set up something like Deep Freeze, which is a spell that has to be procced because of another action. Deep Freeze can only be procced when a target is frozen, and that basically encases them in ice and you can do extra damage. It's kind of similar to the warrior ability Overpower. Overpower can only be used once you miss the enemy or they dodge. I'm not very familiar with warrior mechanics, but it's something similar to that. To set that up, you would have to use My Spell cooldown. And to let you know when the ability is ready, you uninvert it, so make sure that invert is not checked, and to let you know when it's on cooldown, you invert it. So if I start combat, you should see the Deep Freeze icon in the middle of my screen once I close this window, and it's green to let me know that the ability is ready. I'll just freeze him real fast, and I didn't set it to be red yet, but because it's colored, you know that the ability is on cooldown. So I'm just going to go ahead and align that up with Flame Orb. So I've gone ahead and configured Power Auras to show all of my major cooldowns. Again, that being Flame Orb, Deep Freeze, Mirror Image, my Icy Veins haste buff, and my Cold Snap to reset all of my cooldowns. And you'll be able to see those at the bottom of my screen when I enter combat. So as I cast each ability, you can see that it turns from green to red and displays the timer above them, which, as you can tell, would be very beneficial in a raid when you are in the middle of a fight and can't look down at your bars. So that's just one way that this add-on can be beneficial, and I think that's all I'm going to cover in this video. You can also track dot timers, amounts of health that you have, your threat that you have, and just a lot of very different things that makes this add-on very, very useful. And I might cover them in a later video, but I just thought I would show you how I set up my Power Auras for my mage. So thank you all for watching. I will say that this add-on is the Ultimate Shaman, or this UI package is the Ultimate Shaman UI, and I highly recommend it. You can find it on wowinterface.com. I'll have a link in the video description. And I think that's it. Thank you all for watching. Okay, bye.